What's up everyone, this is the JRPG Beast back with another video for y'all today. Today we're going to be doing some walkthrough content. I thought a good one to start off with Final Fantasy VII, which we are currently streaming over on the Twitch page. If you want to go take a look at that, the link will be down in the description below. But the first one, the real kind of like stopgap for a lot of people, is the Midgar Zolom. So while this is not a mandatory boss fight, it's not even really a boss fight, it's just a big fight. There are a lot of advantages to going ahead and taking it on early. Most importantly is the enemy skill ability for beta, which beta is a big AoE type effect, just a big nuke. It will really kind of push you through a lot of the early game, really into the mid, even to some of the late game. It'll still do really consistent, really strong damage. It's a really great opportunity to get it. It's actually like really easy to get as well. A lot of people overcomplicate things. The video you're gonna watch right now, we've came straight out of Midgar. We've not even gone to Calm yet. We're just going straight from Midgar, straight to the Midgar Zolom. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, everyone, here we are. We're getting ready for the Midgar Zolom battle. We're just gonna go ahead and show you all of our loadout before we get right to it. So in this particular file, we came straight from Midgar. We have not even gone through Calm yet. I wanted to get here as quickly as possible and show you how easy it is to do. You'll notice our levels, we're level 14, 13, and 13. That's just how we finished off coming out of Midgar. You can actually do this a little bit lower. I think you can do it about level 10. I wouldn't try it really any lower than that. It gets kind of difficult and you're kind of going through some RNG there. But the closer you're to 15, the better it's going to be, obviously. So one thing you'll notice is that all of our characters have sadness onto them. So what sadness is it makes us take half damage from both physical and magic attacks. Traditionally, you'll get sadness by using the tranquilizer item, and then you can just buy those from most shops. But like I said, since we did not go to Calm, and if we were to go in there, we would instigate all of the story elements there. I didn't want to mess with that. So another way to do that is here in the open world, right before you get to the swamp, here in this kind of area, and then more importantly over here by the beaches, you can run into an elephant enemy. And he will use an attack called Shower, which will give your character the sadness condition. So that's an easy way to do that there. Looking at our materia setups, we'll go into Barret first, because Barret's going to be our real kind of central focus. We're going to use him to get the beta attack, just because he has a little higher HP. And for our armor slot, we're using Elemental and Fire, so now we're taking half damage from fire attacks. This is a really big deal because beta is a fire type attack. And then finally, he's got the enemy skill materia, just so he can learn the beta attack. As far as Tifa goes, she's got all Restore and Sense. Sense is very important, so you can keep track of the Midgar Zolom's HP. And then finally for Cloud, right now he's got Poison. We're going to go ahead and give him an All and a Restore as well. The Poison is really significant because that's how you're going to deal majority of the damage to the Midgar Zolom. Something else that you can do if you have the option, the Deadly Waste material will cast Bio 2, which should almost pretty much guarantee a Poison and status effect on the Midgar Zolom. You can get those in Midgar. You can kind of harvest them for stealing and things like that. We did not do that because I don't think it's super necessary. Just the poison materia itself is plenty. Another item that's actually pretty helpful is the Gravity Ball item. That'll cast Demi on the Midgar Zolom, which will take a big chunk of his HP. That's another item that you can farm back in Midgar with stealing in the train graveyard, but traditionally through the story, you should at least get one. We're not going to use that today just because that's really not super necessary. I just want to show you that you can win the game without it, or get beta without it, excuse me. And then the last thing we're going to do is go ahead and move all of our party into the back. Just to note, let's say you're someone who doesn't use Barret, or you don't like Barret, whatever it is, Cloud is also acceptable. Typically speaking, Cloud has higher stats than all the other characters with the exception of HP, especially at this point, especially compared to Barret. So Cloud is an option. Really, we're looking for the Spirit stat, which right now Barret's is higher because he has the Talisman equipped, which you get in Hojo's laboratory, which gives him an additional plus 10 to his Spirit. But you could also put that on Cloud, and Cloud could do that just fine. Really, you want to be in the more than 500 HP range. Ideally is where you want to be in order to get this taken care of. But other than that, that is all our setup. So let's go ahead and see if we can get into this battle. I have to go find him a little bit. He's not coming to us. There he is. All right, here we go. Midgar Zolom on our hunt to get beta as early as possible. So we're going to start this battle just casting Bio and Sense on the Midgar Zolom so we can keep track of his HP. Bio is super important. We want to get that poison status on him as soon as possible to start chipping away at his life. Notice he's got 4,000. Our next goal is to get him about 2,000, so get about halfway. There you go. So Bio did not get the poison off the first time, so we will go again. This is one of those opportunities where if you were to have the Deadly Waste, that's a little bit more efficient because that's casting a Bio 2 versus Bio 1. Well, there we go. On the second attempt, we do get the poison, so we're good now. We get the mist there, which is nice. We want to make sure Barret stays as high as HP as possible. We just got to make sure we keep monitoring where the Zolom's HP is at. So right now, he's at 34. We are fine here. We'll heal Barret in just a second. Since he was defending, he really didn't take that much damage. He's pretty much every turn going to be taking anywhere from 120 to about 250 damage off the poison. Some turns, poison will go twice, which is nice on those turns for us. Again, you notice how slowly the limit gauge fills up due to having the sadness on us. Okay, we'll chuck his HP again here. Okay, so we're almost there. Keep defending. He's not able to do too much damage to us, only about 80 damage a turn, which is really nice. Between the sadness and the defend, he's just really not able to touch us. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and cast a Cure All here. He's just about at half HP, so we're gonna go ahead and get a swing here on our next opportunity. We'll have Cloud go ahead and attack. Barret took a little bit of damage there, so we need to make sure to get him healed. So on this attack, he should stand up. There he is. So now that he's about a little less than half, almost a quarter of the way, whenever he attacks, or whenever you attack him, he has the ability to counter by removing one of your party members from the game. And when he does that, we're actually in a pretty good spot because that means we're closer to getting our beta. So just dealing a little bit of damage. We need to make sure Barret stays at full HP. Okay, so that did not quite do it yet. Hopefully this next attack gets him out of here. We'll go ahead with Tifa and Cloud, because we need to have one of them get kicked off, and then once he kicks that one off, then the next one will attack, which will engage beta. So here we go. Tifa's gone. Cloud goes in. This should give us beta, which it does. We're defending with Barret. Barret's at full HP right now. Cloud is going to die, but that's not super relevant for us. That's fine. And now we just have to keep Barret alive and let the poison do its work. And there you go.